Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to historic Fort Myer and today's special Armed Forces Full Honor Review in honor of General Peter Pace, the 16th Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Admiral Michael Mullen, the incoming Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Once again, at this time, we'd ask that you begin taking your seats and please silence all electronic devices. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the field is the commander of troops for today's ceremony, Colonel Joseph Bush, the commander of the 3rd United States Infantry Regiment, the Old Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as honors are rendered to General Pace. consultation with national leaders, he oversaw multiple and often simultaneous joint and combined military operations in the war on terrorism, setting more than 50 million people in Iraq and Afghanistan on a path to freedom. As vice chairman, he chaired the Joint Requirements Oversight Council, which became the principal forum for senior military leaders to address warfighting requirements from a joint perspective. As chairman, General Pace spearheaded reforms to improve the processes for assigning U.S. forces and mobilizing reserves. He advocated major changes in the structure and responsibilities of the combatant commands and was devoted to improving the quality of life for service members. He played a critical role in the 2006 Quadrennial Defense Review, effectively reorienting military capabilities over the next 20 years. And he oversaw Herculean efforts by the armed forces to provide humanitarian relief abroad and at home. General Pace's achievements in fighting global terrorism, improving joint warfighting, and transforming the military are emblematic of 40 years of selfless service. The distinctive accomplishments of General Pace culminate a long and distinguished career in the service of his country and reflect great credit upon himself, the United States Marine Corps, and the Office of the Secretary of Defense.
Marine officers take special care to consider themselves leaders of Marines first, and whatever military specialty they might be second. And General Pace is certainly that. But as we have seen through 40 years of extraordinary service, this proud Marine has also shown himself to be a gifted leader of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and with his wife Lynn, a firm advocate for their families as well.
Admiral Mike Mullen comes to this post with a broad and unique range of talents and experience. Some of you may not know that his parents were highly regarded members of the Hollywood community who worked for some of the greatest entertainers of the day. Many people are surprised when told about the Admiral's show business roots. After all, he's humble, well-grounded, and filled with common sense. Not exactly what one thinks about when they think of Hollywood values. Admiral Mullen left California to attend the United States Naval Academy to pursue a career in military service. He soon found himself stationed on a destroyer on the gun line off the coast of Vietnam. During that tour, Admiral Mullen was part of operations so intense that the gun barrels on his ship glowed red. That was the beginning of a distinguished career. The Admiral has commanded 3 ships, an aircraft carrier battle group, and the U.S. Second Fleet. He served as the commander of all U.S. naval forces in Europe and the NATO Joint Force Command, and later as the Chief of Naval Operations. He championed the construction of new types of vessels needed to deal with the threats of the 21st century.
I want to thank the troops in formation in front of us today, you and the 2.4 million of your fellow service members, active guard and reserve, who serve our nation always, always freely give more than anyone could ever demand. This nation is so fortunate to have you. We have great pride in what you do, and I am humbled to have had the opportunity to walk side by side with you, to serve with you, and to represent you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, Admiral Mullen will be sworn in as the 17th Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
I've been blessed, exceptionally blessed with and inspired by Deborah and my 2 sons, Jack and Mike. They, in great part, have also made this day possible, and I'm grateful for their love and support. The debt of gratitude I owe my family is the very same debt we owe all military families who, through their own service and sacrifice, help keep our armed forces ready. I can't overstate the importance of that family support, especially for our wounded. One of the toughest sides of this war is the casualties we incur. Some pay the ultimate price, while others return as wounded warriors. And I've visited them often and been struck by the power of the family in healing our wounded.
Ladies and gentlemen,